I'm Ryan Inkin, Commander, American Legion, Department of Virginia, Bass, Bowen, Brittenham, Bundy, Franklin, Knox, Post 55. We invite you to our monthly meeting the first Tuesday of every month at 7 p.m., located at 461 Woodford Street in Fredericksburg, Virginia.
The meeting of Post 55 is about to open. All requests shall stand at attention for the colors.
That's what we do. Stand at attention.
And salute. 2. Uncover. Chaplain.
Thank you, Father, for ordering your angels to protect the men and women of our military wherever they go. Thank you, Father, for trampling the enemy under your feet. Lord, you said, I will rescue those who love me. I will protect those who trust in my name. I will call, when you call me, I will answer. I will be there in trouble. I will rescue and honor them. I will reward them with a long life and give them my salvation. Thank you for this promise to them and for serving me. In your name we pray, amen.
Amen. The POW MIA flag on the empty chair is a reminder for all of us to spare no effort to secure the release of any American prisoners from captivity, the repatriation of the remains of those who died bravely in defense of liberty, and the full accounting of those missing. Let us rededicate ourselves for this vital endeavor. Those who have served and those currently serving in the uniformed services of the United States are ever mindful that the sweetness of enduring peace has always been tainted by the bitterness of personal sacrifice. We are compelled to never forget that while we enjoy our daily pleasures, there are others who have endured and may still be enduring the agonies of pain, deprivation, and imprisonment. Before we begin our activities, we pause to recognize our POWs and MIAs.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please recover for a preamble. For God and country, we associate ourselves together for the following purposes: to uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States of America, to maintain law and order, to foster and perpetuate 100% Americanism, to preserve the memories and existence of our associations and all wars, to inculcate a sense of individual obligation to the community, state, and nation, to combat the hypocrisy of the classes and the masses, to commit right and master the mind, to promote peace and goodwill on earth, to safeguard and to transmit to posterity the principles of justice, freedom, and democracy, to consecrate and sanctify our comradeship by our devotion to mutual helpfulness. Be seated. I now declare Post 55 Department of Virginia regularly convened. There is a quorum present. Welcome to all. Wish to recognize visitors at this time. We have a new member, Miss Anna, here. Could you stand up and introduce yourself?
Good evening, family. My name is Annie McNeil, United States Army retired. So this is my first meeting, but I joined a couple of months ago, so I'm really happy to be here. So we're happy to have you.
Yes.
Yes, welcome.
Yeah.
We have Robert Delisle here. He's a new joinee as well.
Robert Delisle, I'm in the United States Army. Did a lot of my time in Fort Hood, just a brief little contract, and I met Susan at the Fredericksburg Clinic and got integrated through that. So this is my first meeting. Look forward to helping out and doing good stuff with the American Legion.
Awesome.
From the Masons here.
How are you?
Doing well. How are you doing? You're welcome. We wish to recognize all department officers and visitors at this time. Tommy Lee, past department commander, past department treasurer, past district commander, past post commander. Ms. Rita Chaplin, past department.
Chandler.
I'm sorry, I apologize. Can you forgive me?
Yes.
Ms. Rita Chandler, past department vice commander, past department women's outreach coordinator, past district commander, past post commander. Yeah. I'm gonna sit down for the rest of the back's kind of sore. I'm gonna give. Huh?
You don't wanna mess up again.
That was keep an eye on. Ian, do you have anything for the group about our upcoming fireworks stand?
Yes, sure.
Good evening, everyone. How are you?
Hi.
So last time I was here, we spoke about the agreement between Spotsylvania Lodge number 26 and American Legion Post 55 for the sale of fireworks for the 4th of July season 2026 as a mutual fundraiser for everybody. So we're well on our way with that process. James Ragsdale, worshipful master this year, has already completed the background check and evaluation for the lodge on behalf of both entities, and that's now complete. We're doing preliminary negotiations over terms. They sent us the operating agreement at 17.5% of gross revenue, or excuse me, net profit. I pushed back on that for 19%. So we're waiting to hear back from that. They also need to amend the dates. They have incorrect dates on the contract. We're looking at the 20th of June, the 7th of July, with a cleanup date on the 5th. Just make sure everything's gone on. Then we'll be retrieving the Connex box on the 7th. So that's where we are. This evening, I've emailed your command structure the joint venture agreement between Spotsylvania Lodge number 26 and American Legion Post 55 for your council's review and signature. Once that comes back, we'll route it up through our channels and have it signed by our worshipful master. And as soon as we have the agreed upon terms from Phantom Fireworks, those will be processed in the same fashion. One of the American Legion first for ratification, and going back to the Spotsylvania Lodge for final signature delivery. They have already secured the lease at Spotsylvania Town Center for those specific dates, so that's good. We're in good working order there. And we're currently working on permits for a temporary business license and a fire permit in the county of Spotsylvania. We're looking at a preliminary training date of the last week of April. So I need to coordinate between the lodge and the Legion what day is best and which venue we're going to use for that training session. That will be communicated in due time. And then we're going to start spreading around the calendar for scheduling. Probably next week, I'll give that to James, early next week. We're looking at 2 shifts. We'll have a morning shift and an evening shift with a cut point probably around 3 p.m. And we're looking for at least 2 members from each organization to work between those shift periods so that we have at least 4 people covering during the day, which is good. And then again, remember, if anyone is a concealed carry permit holder, please bring that with you. Just to add extra security for the events, and we'll go over cash handling operations and such when we have the training session. So, any further questions or concerns?
Did you say 7 July, maybe?
Yes, that's when we pick up the cards. Excuse me?
20
June.
to 7.
And now, how many partners will be streaming? Or is it gonna be divided by, how's the money gonna be divided?
50/50 is listed in the joint venture agreement.
Okay.
And
Between the 2 of us?
Yes, we'll do a daily total, so both organizations will know what the total pay was per day. And we'll just keep an accurate record of that, and then they will send our lodge the final check. And then we'll disperse that in response to you.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Now you're saying 2 and 2, so it'll be 4 per shift.
You can mandate at 1, 2 people.
No, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, but it's
Now, is weekends gonna be needing more than 4 per shift?
4 covers a rush environment, so we
Okay.
have a lot of business traffic. 4 absolutely covers it, because we have 2 tablets, so 2 people can run transactions, and that gives, another, 2 to 3 people running around who would interact with the customer base.
Okay.
Things like that. Plus, again, it's a social activity for us as well. We want to be able to sit around our lawn chairs with our coolers, having conversations on the downtime, get to know each other across.
Absolutely.
So the minimum is 2 people, but if other people wanna come down, don't be afraid. If you look at the sign up list and hey, there's already 2 spots filled up, you can still
Yes.
come down.
Particularly in the second shift, in the evening, and on the weekends, because that's when the rush happens. We want to make sure that we're able to engage each customer on an individual level, help them make a selection. We don't want to just, hey, yeah, go look around, bring back what you want. We want to actually engage in sales. Literally go over that in the sales technique of like, well, hey, what are you looking to do this weekend? Who's coming over? Right, you can create small talk with the client and build a little bit of rapport. Well, what did you spend last year? You know, inflation's here, so we're looking for a little bit more. You want to just really rock the block this year, really leave a lasting memory. I recommend you get this product. If you'd like to see the product, please scan the QR code. You're able to see that. And, you know, don't be worried, you know, buy a couple of days, get a couple of seats you feel like, and then come back and purchase your full shelf for the 4th of July. Just engage with the sales.
And then for coordinating the signups, would it be easier if
We
you guys
should
are
do
working?
sign up Genie. I think that would be the easiest.
Yeah.
We just do sign up Genie and.
Where it's a shared platform, everybody can
Yeah,
log in.
I was gonna ask, would it be easier if we coordinate our signups, you coordinate yours, and then at some point before that, we merge them together, or somehow put them all into one from the
I
start?
think from the start, using sign up Genie, a little bit easier.
Everybody can see what's going
Yeah,
on.
so it's a little bit of time over the weekend, getting that set up.
Okay.
Email it to Jay, and you can disperse it to the organization.
And then as far as the staff, I know we're ideally trying to get two and two, but say on one day, maybe we're short on the Legion side, but you guys are heavy, but then a couple days later, maybe you're short on a day and we're heavy, like, kind of, are we looking to like, in the end, as long as it all evens out?
I left out that clause completely out of the joint venture agreement. I didn't put a labor clause in there.
Okay,
Because
okay.
that obviously will happen at some point in time.
And we'll be able to see a lot of those holes that are filled by either side,
Mhm.
through that, the Sign Up Genie website.
Okay, yeah.
Just they
Yeah.
put them all together in one person.
Yep.
Yeah,
So instead of going back and forth, because it's easier.
yeah, okay,
I just from experience, and I remember the first year we talked about it last time, is, we did it with the staffer box, that box will not do it this year, but we made close to $4,000. So, that's per launch.
Now,
So,
there'll always be a Mason and a Legion person, right?
and those two elimination, we come up there, and let's
Well,
say,
how do you secure it when you're done at night? Or, you know, who's gonna do the securing of the fire?
the last folks that are there should actually secure it.
Right.
Should secure it now. All the stuff goes back into Connex.
I see.
Everything's marked, the tables are even, when they bring those tables in, the tables have the product label, barcode, number, everything on it. So that's where that product goes on that table.
Okay.
So that's how easy it is. As far as the modules we use, what do you call them, where we do the pay and all that stuff, that is so easy. They make it so easy. If we have a question, we always have somebody to reach out.
So there's a little bit of labor in the morning for setup, there's a little physical labor in the evening, right? So it's definitely good to have a bloody mail, get in the end, because you are going to doing some lifting. So,
Well, women can do lifting too.
It was about to
But-
Yeah, man, don't put
but
yourself in a
I
hole
am
right here,
in a
man.
wheelchair, but I plan on being there, so,
I'm available every shift.
and that way, but there'll be somebody to do the lifting and everything. I'm just concerned to make sure that when we leave for the night, there isn't any possibility of theft coming.
no, so the Connex box, we have secured, heavy gauge bolts and bolt locks. James always provides cameras. And then the patrol for the Spotsylvania Town Hall does extra rotations around that location throughout the period.
And in the contract, is there anything, because we, the 501c and everything, is there anything in the contract that limits the use of the funds?
No.
Okay, good. Why I'm asking is because like with poppies, it can only be used for veterans and families. It cannot be used for post repairs or maintenance, even though, you know, so I want to make sure that we would be able to use the funds for the post and not just a specific.
Correct. So Spotsylvania Lodge is gonna cut you a check for 50% of the proceeds, and it's gonna go wherever you like to put that check.
Okay. All right. Just making sure.
No, if you got questions, now's the time to ask them.
Yeah. I don't think I have a hard time getting volunteers for the.
So I wanted to just go over a couple things. Unloading the Connex box from the tractor trailer is extremely labor intensive. Okay? A boxes are not light, and there's a lot of them. So last year, I think we had 5 men, and we were all sweaty and hot by the end of the day. And some of those boxes are, I would say, what, 60 pounds?
Some of them might be that.
You got dollies out there?
Yes,
So we have dollies that we use to roll and move traffic, to put them up and remove the displays. But the initial loading of the Connex box, and unloading of the Connex box is just old school. Like, we haven't really worked.
What I'm saying is from the Connex box to the stands,
Yes.
like myself, I'm having back surgery in another week and a half. My wife has one hand right now where we could move with a dolly some of the material.
Correct, so we've had rolling dollies, like removing furniture, there's four wheels on a pallet, and you're gonna place 3 to 4 boxes on that, and roll them to location, and then unload them by moving the box underneath the table, and then bringing the product up.
Right, okay. I mean, I can bring my dollies out, I'd like to put out there, leave them out there if necessary.
The Connex is always set down so the opening of the door faces the tent. So you can see it when it's set down, not too far from the tent. I would say, looking at this room, you're gonna say the Connex opening's about right there, or there she's at.
A lot of this is
So,
gonna be
Jim, when
OGT.
you're on duty, you're gonna bring them all to us.
Yeah.
Please repeat that,
It'd be on the-
Huh?
please repeat that.
I said, when Jim's on duty, he's gonna bring us all this stuff.
Yeah.
Thanks, man, I love you for a reason.
I'm running to my house and younger guys.
No, so,
Okay, cool.
Any other questions or concerns?
Well, if you have a storm, what takes place? That does happen.
Yeah, so if there's a storm, if you get a lightning alert on your phone, or if it begins to rain, you need a closed shop, you do not want the product to get damaged. So we will use, some of the vinyl tablecloths to cover the product as we transfer it back into the Connex box. We'll secure that and make sure we're doing a quick inventory. At that point in time, we'll close out the cash register. All funds will go into the deposit slip with the designated depositee, transferring those funds into the bank's night deposit box. And then we'll go from there and they're able to track everything off the tablet, in real time. So in real time, they know if the transaction was made, if there needs to be a refund or anything like that. It's a very strict refund policy, but there is one available. And that's just how it's going. We've never had a financial problem. We've never been a penny short. And, we've done very, very well. So that's why we have the process to negotiate for higher terms.
The bank is across the street,
Yes.
so it's so easy just to look at it and walk over.
Ian, would you want us to wait the storm out if it's quick move to reopen that pool? So?
Yeah, so we would just track, iPhones, smartphones, you're able to see what the duration of the storm is. But we would ask everyone to return their vehicles just for their own safety. We don't want you to get hit by lightning with, flammable materials.
Right. Yeah.
And then we could resume sales. So that would be an individual call at that moment in time.
You definitely want some signs saying American Legion Post 55.
Yes, definitely.
We'll have one from Mason, so.
We don't have signs.
So I recommend you get like a lemonade. Yeah.
You mentioned Woodford Community Town Center, is that where the fireworks stand, literally at?
Yes, it's directly in front of Costco.
Oh, beautiful.
Out to the road right there when you turn.
It's in the Costco parking lot. It's in the Costco.
I know it is. But it's always
Is this cashless?
It is cash and card.
Oh, cash and card.
It's cash and card. You don't turn money away.
Okay. So if someone takes that away, you don't leave that in the tent or anything like that? There's
No, so we keep a minimal amount, $100 broken down for change in the cash register, which we secure every day. Anything over that amount is going to be written in the deposit slip. You'll have those numbers there. And that means that in the course of the day, once you reach a couple $100 or so, wherever the designated depositor is, you need to remove those funds. Usually the person with a concealed carry license, and will remove that into their vehicle secured. And they're responsible for that, and they take that over to the law. So if there's something light, you need to make that up out of your personal account for that day.
Yeah, we'll probably forget most of this. There'll be actually a training program that we'll go through. We can set something up sooner than later so that we can plan accordingly.
Yeah, it's gonna be-
I know we're asking a lot of questions, but it's really gonna come down in about 5 more months when we actually start getting.
Correct, so the training session should be the last week of April.
Okay. Sooner than later, I'm getting the notice so we can plan.
Yes. Yeah, we're still working out which location it's for. Anything else? Let's go through this, because this is a business venture. People have a lot of concepts and ideas.
So we have a proper machine with a credit card.
Yes, ma'am. We have 2 of them.
What's our timeline for the rest of this? I know you said you were going back, kind of renegotiating some of the terms with Phantom. Do you know about how much longer on that? And then what would be the next step after that's finalized?
After that's finalized, so where we are, I'll have that by Friday.
Okay.
I'll speak with Andrew, I'll have that by Friday. First step we need to have right now is writing up the joint venture agreement here. Review that amongst your council, have that signed, ratified. We'll shoot that back over to James, we'll review that, sign it on our side. Now we have a joint venture, now we can do something. Once that's in place, we'll go back over the terms, I guess, between our officer corps and your council, and have that final discussion. It can be a closed door meeting, if it needs to be open to everybody, we can do that. We can sort that out, like it can be on Zoom, in a couple of different capacities. So these are what the terms are gonna be, so everybody's well aware of, presented by Phantom with the dates, everything. And then Phantom will set up a training session. They're already in the works right now for getting our permits. They're already up right now for getting, leases completed. Leases totally completed, so.
In the terms, when you're talking about the dates, do they identify that training date in that, or is that identified separately?
This is identified completely separately.
Okay.
And I did inform them that we need to go through the square one basic training. That would be the one, because he spoke to me on the phone today. He said, we can just do the brief review, because you guys have done this 3 years. I was like, no, we have new people involved, we need to go through the full training.
And about how long is that?
2 hours.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, no, everything there's, you put your hands on.
Okay.
So from a training perspective, it's gonna be more than just one day, so that we have multiple people that need to get trained, people who go to work, all sorts of things. Will it be more than one training day?
No, there'll be one training session.
Okay.
Is there a way, if you've been to that training session, that in that instance, say we have a handful of people that work obligations, stuff like that, aren't able to make it to that, are we able to then kind of on the spot OJT them?
Absolutely.
Kind of
I've been doing this for, this is my 3rd year. I'm very well acquainted with what Phantom's expectations are, how to run a business overall, so we'll definitely do that. James is definitely well versed in that right now, so you will be able to get full hands-on training for everything.
So it's not like if you can't make it to this one training day, you cannot come to the booth. You can still come even if you
And then we can also set up a Zoom that day, so we can have a phone like that in the back, just so people are like physically there, they can tune into the Zoom. And then with that, we can record it, watch over again.
Okay, cool. Anything else from the audience?
I'm looking forward to this, I think it's gonna be really good for both Spotsylvania Sonic Lodge and
So this is something that, everything goes well. We can continue to be partners for years to come.
See what happens, yeah.
I have a PA system that I bring every year that doubles as a Bluetooth speaker, so they just play classic rock, during the day. We have a cooler, Robin Rose always brings, it's nice getting the cooler out, just stock it every morning. We have one person, even if you're not working that day, we understand that. We'd like to have somebody who's not working, just run us ice and drinks. And then we cover that cost out of our lodge funds, we've always done that. It's just gonna drop off a piece of water, it's like, it's nice. Yeah, just be everybody there. We always have a generator on hand. We can run fan, lights, things like that, stuff that on hand.
So there's no electricity?
No, we require a generator.
Okay.
Last year, Richard Bruce had it's like, it was an e-generator, I forget the brand, they had a kind of like the solar generators, and the huge, gas generator, not like the gas generator. Let me try to set that off and make it noise.
How's that e-generator work? Pretty good?
Yeah, it did, it just drew power really, really fast. Like it worked for solid power. It worked really well when we had the solar panels out during the day. That was kind of good.
Anything else?
No, pack lunch for your shift. You know, usually people get together, pool money, there's a lot of restaurants in that area. Some people end up, you know, sharing lunch and bring food back for the crew. I make it a point, you know, on the shifts that I'm working, I'll get food for everybody, a meal. I'll try to do that during the day, so we can actually sit and eat together.
I'll make sure to look for your name on the phone.
So there is not, basically, you don't want to send somebody out, then, you want to keep everybody
No,
there.
we've always sent somebody out, we'll like designate one person. If there's 4 people there, one person can go out for a moment in time, we should barbecue or the Costco, or the Starbucks right there.
Right.
Robert, you have a question?
Well, just an idea to bounce off on this, somebody asked about signage, but I think, and maybe it's covered in the training, if there's like a standard as to what you should wear as a uniform, and just make sure that.
So Masons, we have a dress code that we adhere to.
Yeah,
So we have a lodge polo shirt and slacks. So everyone's out there wearing a polo, if not a lodge polo shirt, and slacks, we try to keep it business casual.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say, just make sure.
Yeah, because if you
People
go to the
are wearing
competitor
flair.
tents, if you go to the competitors, it really answers the question. You know, it's a guy who hasn't shaved for weeks, not
Right.
a cut beard, with a tank top and body odor. Right, and that's not the image.
Yeah,
we
no,
want.
yeah,
That's not
exactly.
family friendly, you know, your grandma doesn't want to do business with that guy.
Right.
Right, so we want to have an ingratiating appearance.
Yeah, just wearing what you're representing,
A lot of our business comes from
Oh, yeah.
how we dress and how we treat our customers.
Makes sense.
Interaction.
Yeah.
Yes.
Last question from me. I think one of the things that was brought up the last time we talked, which was last month,
This or before.
we brought something up about saying, hey, we sell some hamburgers or hot dogs and those kind of things, just to have a table for the post. Sometimes that gets a little sticky because we're at the mall. And I would think that would, if we were going to do that, that would have to be something that the mall said, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, plus because we're gonna have flames, that doesn't go
Not
over
yet.
the fire.
No,
So
definitely.
we can't.
I think
It depends
I
how
think the
far you
suggestion
are away.
last month was like a candy table, with M&Ms and beef sticks and some fruit not perishable. So
Just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
I think maybe the bigger idea
But-
behind that question is there any kind of conflict of interest type of thing that if we were to sell ancillary items, little post trinkets, like patches, stickers, candy bars,
But
things
you
like
also
that?
buy Phantom, because that would be kind of on their plate as well.
I'll make a suggestion.
Okay.
I would not. Because what you want to stick to is selling the fire post. And if we got coffee there in the morning, people want to come by and have a cup of coffee, that's free.
What about poppies? We gave them away, and if they wish to donate to the American Legion, they can.
I would do that.
So what we did do is, we have like Masonic pamphlets from years past that are on the table. We use a lodge coin as the, money holder, so, you know, someone using a $100 bill.
So recruiting is fine.
Yeah, to an extent, Masons can't recruit, but we can educate.
We can put up the sign and say, Sonic Lodge, Pennsylvania,
Right.
American Legion.
So if somebody wants to join, if Mason wants to join, you gotta go to you guys.
Yeah, we put up like our information.
And if anybody wants to build this up, piece of
Okay. Any additional discussion before we let Ian go so he can have his evening back?
Please, sir, go ahead.
Yeah, last month, and I just walked in, you were talking about concealed weapons. You guys know if anybody's got concealed weapons? All right, and that's covered.
We're good.
The question should have been, anyone who does.
I got a 44 Ruger. Is that
Do you have your
perfect?
CCW?
Yeah,
Yeah, we just want to make sure everybody's.
no, I just,
I'm talking about
so
extra vets, man, come on.
Yeah.
that was covered.
I don't have.
All right.
Who's current here on their license?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you got another.
I just walked in the right place.
Yeah.
Well, Ian, thanks for coming by and explaining a little bit more about this. Looking forward to it. Appreciate it.
If you don't mind, I'll skip. Thank you.
Smith.
Okay, comments from me. First of all, first and foremost, I'm gonna establish a policy for our meetings from here on out, hand raising. That's gonna prevent crosstalk and a lot of distractions, I think. So, in the future, from here on out, if you have something that you wanna say, raise your hand, I'll call on you, and that'll help move things along and prevent a lot of the distractions that some have said need to be addressed. All good with that? Perfect. All right, this month, March 15th, anybody know what's going on? March 15th, this month. You have the sheet in front of you. It's the American Legion's birthday, 107th birthday. 1919, the American Legion was founded in France, Paris, France. It was first convened on March 15th, 107 years ago. So, just something to throw out there. It's a little bit of FYI bar trivia for you guys, but I figured it was relevant since we're here in March. I noticed on legion.org that the national commander is going to be in front of the legislative branch in Washington, D.C. tomorrow at 9:45 a.m. And he's going to be speaking on several different topics as obviously a representative of the American Legion. If you wish to view that, you want to watch that live as it's going on, it's at 9:45 in the morning on legion.org, not my Legion, because that brings you to the membership portion. Legion.org is the national website, and they will have a live stream video from that, and I assume it's also going to be on YouTube, but I don't want to promise that. Just Legion.org if you want to watch that, from the National Commander. I was invited to, as you guys may or may not know, I was invited to the Ferry Farm Baptist Church for a youth presentation ceremony last month. That got moved to tomorrow, so I am doing that tomorrow. The event starts at 6:30 p.m. and I'll be here. I encourage membership to find a need within the post and execute on that need. Example, I noticed in my time here, we don't have any first aid kits or medical supplies. We don't have an AED. I have heart issues, and so I would feel a little bit better if we had an AED in there, in this building. And I think it's relevant for our renters. Not necessarily that we want anybody to have an issue, but we want to make sure that we can save a life. So, I'm looking for grants. I'm going out, this is something that I did on my own, so I'm not asking for anybody's help. But if you want help, great. I recognize that need within the post for medical supplies, and I'm executing, trying to secure that via grants, donations, whatever it is, and I'm moving forward. So, I encourage our participants, our members here, if you find a need within the post, execute it. That way, it can only make us better. Yes, ma'am.
You didn't look at my hat.
Well, better it is.
What about training to use that device if we have it here?
Yes. So,
I might say he walks through and do that.
yes.
Okay, well, I know we have used, Sean, but what about when our renters, if it's going to be made available, we're going to have to either offer training for it.
Most of the AEDs, commercially available AEDs that are out there are pictures and step-by-step labeled very heavily.
Okay.
I'll say that because like they have them in malls and churches and places like that, and not everyone goes through it. For the Marine and me coming out, those new ones in the public access are idiot-proof, more or less. So
Yes. So that's kind of what I was trying to go for. Yes, ma'am. What was that? I'm sorry. Yes. It's a fantastic idea. I did not know that.
Do you do me first aid training?
I can't. I'm not an official instructor.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, no, I was probably gonna back off what he's gonna say. I came from a location with CDL truck drivers. We did have that in our location, and it was, I think the fire department come in, there was a legit instructor. So if there's Red Cross might do for free. That might be a good place to go.
Gil?
At McCog, I actually maintain the AEDs there. They actually talk you through it.
Yep.
So it's nice to get trained,
But-
but if you don't have trained, the machine talks you through the whole thing.
We need to get one first, and then we'll worry about all the training. But that is something to be cognizant of in the back of our mind once we start pursuing these sort of things and start to acquire these necessities. But again, I was just using that as an example of find the need and meet the need for the post, for the betterment. It was just easy. Yes,
Do you
right.
have a cost on that? The AED?
They range, the cheap ones that I've been finding are around $1,500. Which is why I'm trying to find grants that donate to 501c3s, and I found some. My initial email to anybody first was to the Rappahannock Health Department and saying, can you put us in touch with resources for any of these things that I've been asking? And I'm waiting to hear back from them. And I will make a note to check with the Red Cross. Awesome. Anyway, so that was just another initiative that I had in my mind and I wanted to put forth to the membership. I need everybody's hours, miles, monies, all of that for upcoming reports. If you've driven anywhere for the American Legion, if you spent any money, if you put any time in outside of our meetings. Throughout the year, we should have been maintaining those records, maintaining and annotating in our own. That way, when report time came, it makes it easier just to shoot it over to us, to me, and the rest, whoever else is helping me with it, and then I can get those reports done a lot easier. Yes, ma'am.
The reports that, what we need are for Americanism, projects that you're working on, time, money, VA&R, which is Veterans Affairs, Rehabilitation, Children and Youth, and Community Service. So if you are participating in any of those activities, if you could put your hours, your miles.
And I've already gotten miles from Brenda and Jim, I'm sorry, I don't know why I had it on before, I apologize.
And the chaplain
Gil.
turned his in to me.
You got one?
So,
Yep,
Oh, Hope Center, right?
yep. Hope sent me.
Thank you, Ms. Hope.
Speaking of Hope, Hope is looking for volunteers to assist with the picture hanging project and cataloging. So if you have historical knowledge of this post and can contribute to the project, please volunteer, let Hope know that you can help her out. We have a lot of pictures and a lot of things that we want to hang up to make our post more of our post. And if you have historical knowledge of what this used to look like, please get with Hope. And our coin rack is going to be coming up soon. Andy is putting the finishing touches on securing the coin rack that we got donated to us, and then we're going to be mounting that very shortly. What else do I got? The adjutant is not here for our minutes. Finance officer report.
we're still waiting for the next finance report to come through. But the one that I have now covers the period 12/18/25 to 1/21/26. And we started out with a balance of $570.65. We made a deposit of $1,979.09. We wrote checks for $1,399.30. And so we have an ending balance of $1,150.44. The expenditures were our normal withdrawals for our membership. That goes to national, and we did membership this time of $136. We paid a water bill. It seemed a little high, and the water bill was $92.70. So I want to make sure we don't have any leaks, like toilets running. If we could get somebody to check that.
What's the
I didn't mention
Brian.
Building maintenance, what was that?
Wasn't the one faucet leaking a little bit?
And,
You said?
Was, and I replaced it.
Okay.
It was replaced and then, but we did have a drip for the, we did have a drip for that extreme freeze or cold front that came through over the weekend when this building wasn't gonna be manned, so that was.
we had the third payment for our insurance on our building of $471.32. And we got a tax bill for the internet and the phone of $234.73. And, our energy, the light bill was $124.36. The gas bill was $165.51. And then we had another department payment for membership, which was $136 again. And right now, we're still out the debit card for the Zoom. However, Stephen did send me some information, and we're trying to contact them now about getting a free through Teams, Microsoft Teams.
Okay.
So it's just waiting for the contact to call us back.
Okay.
On that, so, and when the next statement comes in, the mail, I guess because of the weather or whatever, hasn't been very much on time. I just received a payment request from the fire department dated February 11th and saying they were going to revoke our permit if they weren't paid by February 18th. Well, I didn't even get that email until a few days ago. So on the phone today, I talked with them, and the payment will be made to be dropped off at the post office tonight.
Do I have a motion to accept the finance report as read, subject to audit? Is there a second? Any discussion? Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Motion passed. Committee reports, building maintenance, Mr. Whitaker, Brian Whitaker's not here, but I will let him know about the water, to take a look at that. Nothing new on Boys State. Karen's not here for the blood drive. Chaplain's report.
Well, I don't have a lot of report, but what I'd really like to say is thank everyone that's helped with the 4 chaplains service. It was awesome. If you weren't here, you missed a good program. So, thank you guys for helping. All right?
Great program.
Those cadets were awesome, thank you.
And if you want to see the program, if you haven't, it's on YouTube right now, at our post YouTube page. So feel free to check out the 4 chaplains and the post everlasting ceremony.
Your board's been re-glued.
Yes. It's all nice and straight now, it doesn't fold.
The letters and stuff are all, I didn't raise my hand.
We got it.
How dare you?
Membership report, Gil.
It's the same as, Rita's been working hard on it. Just if you know anybody, please talk to them and join them. We got a great program here. We're still building on it. We're still trying to get as many members as we possibly can to do the right thing and take care of the veterans out there that need us. So, yes, Rita.
Okay. Another thing that we heard at the conference is we also need to concentrate on renewals.
Renewals.
We are 15 members short of making 100%. So if we start calling on our membership and seeing if they will renew, it can make a big difference.
At the same time, call everybody to check.
Yep. You can knock 2 out with 1 stone with somebody's phone calls. To piggyback off.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
You know, life gets in the way sometimes. I'll be honest with you, I would not have renewed if it wasn't for my wife doing it for me, honestly. You don't think about those things. Life gets in the way, like I said. So, reach out to these guys. If you guys need phone numbers, let me know. We'll get phone numbers.
And I will help too. I have a list of all of our members as well. I can get that very quickly.
We're not gonna tell you who did you pay though.
No, definitely
With the membership, Gil brought this up last meeting, but I wanted to hit on it now. They have incentive pins if you go out and recruit. It's not just the commander, the vice membership. No, as a Legionnaire, actually these are the pins right here. I got these when I was in Belgium. These three up here, they look like little medals, but these are membership incentive pins. And I have the forms for them right here. The national commander has set the limit for 2 for this calendar year. If you find two brand new members, not renewals, not transfers, but brand new members, bring them in and they join, you will get a pin in the mail for your hat. It's just that easy, it's just that quick. We'll fill out the form, send it in to national, and yeah, the pin will be in your mailbox. So that's a really cool incentive program to get out there and recruit if that's something you're interested in doing and pursuing.
They're pretty cool.
They are. If you want to see them at the end of the meeting, just let me know. I'll put my hat out here.
I'm sorry, I didn't talk that fast.
You're fine.
They're pretty cool.
Rentals.
We're still going strong with the rentals. We, at our executive meeting, with people raising the rent until we can get a better handle on what the economy is going to be. So, that's still out there. It's just something that's been tabled for the time being. Matter removes, has the mortgage club contacted you?
No.
Okay. They're still meeting though on the first Saturday of every month.
They're still in the calendar as far as I know. I'm not here to see them, but
Okay. I'll check with that then.
okay. Riders.
Runners, it's February, the weather has not been cooperating with us, unfortunately. We did do 4 chaplains, a couple other events. We were supposed to go out to George Washington's birthplace out in Westmoreland. They do the George Washington birthday thing every year, the ceremony. We've been doing it for a number of years. And of course, that particular day, they decided to go total snow crap on us. So that didn't work. We already coordinated with our ourselves to be out there, so it got canceled. But we've got stuff coming up in the future. More meetings. In fact, our next meeting is actually on the day of the work day.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's why we did it that day.
Yeah. That's on the 14th, right? 14th, yeah. Will be the next Wednesday meeting. So when you're recruiting, if, somebody is looking for something extra for joining, that's always an incentive. I think we have like 23 writers, Doug?
19.
Oh, 19. We're up to 23. and-
3.
Yeah. But anything else goes up and down. So, I think that's it.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you, Andy. Post Service Officer report. Ms. Rita Chandler.
Thank you. It's funny because I had 3 people mispronounce my name today.
Really? It's just that day.
And so I am feeling a little ticklish about that. The Fredericksburg Clinic, Fredericksburg Healthcare Center, they look at me funny when I say Fredericksburg Clinic. So Fredericksburg Healthcare Center is continuing to grow. More services have been moved there. Dental is there now, hearing is there now, podiatry is there now, and cardiology is there now. The women's clinic is open, so it's continuing to grow. We are continuing to staff an office in the volunteer section. We're lucky that this post has Jim and Brenda, who are both studying to be accredited service officers, and they've been coming regularly on Mondays and Tuesdays and even some Wednesdays to help with walk-in claims and to help with other things and clearing up the backlog that I have. So we're all still working very hard on that. We had a good service officers meeting, and what we're trying to do is establish statewide claims clinics where service officers from all over come to 1-2 different places in the counties and do a claims clinic. So one service officer isn't having to handle the whole thing. because, just like the claims clinic here, fortunately, I had other service officers come in, and I had, 8 service officers here, and we handled 45 veterans. So, we have another big statewide clinic coming up in Dinwiddie, which is outside of Petersburg, that we're gonna be doing. One thing I do want to mention, how many of you heard about the hoopla about the VA reducing PTSD and medication, because of medication, and not just PTSD, they were looking at hypertension, they were looking at thyroid, and one other, sleep apnea. And they were going, if their disabilities were controlled by medication, they were going to reevaluate them and reduce them. Now, when you're 100% permanent and total, unless you're 20 years out with it, you're not totally protected. At 10 years, you don't have to have evaluations on a yearly basis. So, one of the things is they snuck this law in, I'm just going to call it like it was. They put this law in and made it effective. Everybody found out about the law on the 15th of February, and the law went into effect the 17th of February. Our national commander, thank you all for paying your dues. He wrote an excellent decision saying that we did not agree with that. The American Legion did not agree with that. The DAB, the VFW, all of the organizations, AMBESA, all wrote disagreement letters. And because of that, the Secretary Collins did withdraw that law, and at first he just halted it, and then 2 days later after he halted it, they had to rescind that law. So right now they are not looking at that, but I can tell you this is not going to go away. They're going to figure out some way or another to start reducing some of these veterans that they have. So they cautioned all the service officers as the thing to start looking when somebody is coming in and they want to increase or add new conditions to their already 100%, be very careful what you do, because that, if you accept that, and you help them ask for that increase or that new condition, you open your whole claim up for review. So look at it very carefully. Pick a good service officer that's aware of all of this that's going on right now with the VA, and let them advise you what to do, what to pick up, what to do. Because I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying be careful of the items that you pick. So, but other than that, we're all still here, still doing.
Perfect. Thank you, Rita. Sun's report, anything else?
No, not at all. We do have a new member. His name is Sean Jr. And he will be put in the roles of the American Legion Sons.
Right.
Sons of the American Legion.
stuff.
So, yeah, he'll be commander soon.
Or at least the adjutant.
Yes. You may be taking his dad's spot soon, who knows?
Do we have any members sick or passed away? I know we got Gil with his surgery coming up, and I see Tommy Lee's back up and running. Tommy,
Good to see you again. Tommy. Very good to see Tommy.
Yes, very much so. Do we have any other members that are sick or?
Craig Olson's going through some issues again, so just kind of keep me your thoughts.
Okay.
Oh, that's nice and incredible.
Is there any unfinished business to discuss from the floor? In that case, we already covered the fireworks stand. I don't need to harp on that anymore. The executive committee had a meeting earlier, and we have decided that the comedy show is a go for May. Comedians are going to come in. They're going to do a stand-up show at a date to be decided in May once that's organized. But I would like to get a committee together to handle prep and day of show operations. So this committee would be able to put together sales of candy and soda or something for
for the show, from people that show up that want to see it. And so yeah, I'm looking for volunteers for the committee. Please see me afterwards. Any other unfinished business? Yes,
I'm
Bill?
sorry.
Okay.
Not much happens.
All right. We're looking for chairmanship still for the Americanism, Children and Youth, Community Service, and our finance officer would like to train somebody new in so that we can get some more people on the staff. And adjutant would like to find a replacement at some point as well. So if anybody wants to step up for those positions within the command executive committee,
I think
please let me know.
you need history person.
Oh, historian, yeah. Post historian, we're still looking for one of those. Is there any new business to discuss? We have spring cleaning coming up March 14th, Saturday, March 14th. Spring cleaning, noon until we're done. It's a good old GI party. We're gonna come in here, we're gonna scrub everything down, make it clean and presentable, spring cleaning sort of thing. This is not an organization party, so we're not pulling everything out, we're not inventorying, we're not organizing, although if some of that happens, I'm all right with it. But it's mostly focused on cleaning. That way it's more presentable for us and our renters, because overall that's how we're generating money, is renting the building. And I don't know, if it's dirty, who wants to rent a dirty building?
And there's pizza involved.
Yes, there is pizza. The commander, I talked to him, good guy, he's gonna buy the pizza. He's gonna buy the pizza and
Don't
bring
let
it
him lie to
in.
you guys,
So,
please.
I heard someone did a donation towards the Peace Fund too.
did they?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the second vice donated towards the pizza as well, so the executive committee is throwing in for pizza, and we're gonna be putting it up.
To let you guys know that this is actually for good cause, in May, Memorial Day weekend. Don't know, it'll probably be Saturday, I suppose. We're gonna have an open house. We're going to be doing a little bit of grilling out here in the yard. Hopefully it's a nice day, and open our doors to the neighborhood.
Actually, on Memorial Day.
Don't know yet. Did we pick dates? I don't think, we just said that weekend.
Yeah, we just said that weekend, but
So-
our next executive committee meeting, we can hammer some details
Yeah.
out.
On actual Memorial Day, we usually go to different
The weekend.
things.
But I think it's a great time for those that are not going away. We'll do some burgers, hot dogs, whatever, invite people in.
Meet the community.
Yeah. Show the place off.
Yep.
Aren't there also some, like, city, I think for this neighborhood, like a city-sponsored walking tour, open house
Yes,
kind of thing at some point?
Who said
we
yes?
had that one time, we had this going on too.
Yeah,
That'd be great.
I don't remember when it was, but
Come in.
yeah.
Yeah.
Different organizations, business like in town, open up, yeah. Okay.
It'd be great. Have them walk this way.
Memorial Day, this year is
25th.
early, if I'm not mistaken. It's on the 25th, which is a Monday. The traditional Memorial Day, which was actually Decoration Day, that's on Saturday, 30th.
Whatever day's 3-day weekend.
That would be the 23rd, 24th, 25th.
Brenda?
Can we please be mindful, maybe not to do it at the same time as we're doing the Poppy Drive, because we will have no help. Everybody will be here.
When are you doing the poppy
We're gonna
drive?
deconflict it, yeah.
This is the first I've heard of a poppy drive.
You know we do a Poppy Drive every year on Memorial
We
Day.
need your help to get us a tractor supply, Bill.
You
Yeah,
need back and tractor supply?
yes.
It's the first I've heard of it, man. Let me see what I can do.
And 23rd and 24th is, actually, last year we did Friday and Saturday instead of Saturday and Sunday. Because we have church on Sunday,
Just pick one day.
Saturday, 23rd.
On my way back from Tyson's tomorrow, I'll drop by the tractor supply.
Thank you.
Did you have your hand
What
up?
day's 24th?
23rd is the Saturday.
23 and 24, or just 23?
No, we're just gonna do
One day.
Saturday.
Just Saturday.
Yes, James?
I want to bring up something about what the Masons are planning, and you guys can join us.
No, did not. Anyway.
You've never heard of the Swananoa Palace. It was built in 1912 by a guy by the name of Dooley, who was a hat manufacturer, made these. So what he did, he had a place in Richmond, which is part of the university now. And he built this for his wife. It deteriorated over the years. Other folks bought it, and now it's being used as a tour attraction. And we can go there for a tour. And I've reached out to the reservation desk there, and I'm waiting for a response. And I'm telling them about 20 to 25 people, because the Masons will be invited, American Legion will be invited, and we will do a tour, and then we'll have a picnic on the grounds. I've given them 3 months that we could schedule that, August, September, or October, which gives us plenty of time to plan around it. Everybody would have to pay for your own visit, of course, I don't know all those costs yet. But it's a beautiful place. If you want to look it up, trust me, look at it. It's huge. And a lot of people's never even heard of it, but it's up in the Shenandoah. It's not far from the Fort Union Military Academy. Matter of fact, it's about 35 or 40 minute drive, 20 minute drive from the Fort Union Military Academy. I talked to Mike about it, and it's a beautiful place. I found this because I was just looking, and I thought, oh, what a place to go. It's just like the Fort Union Military Academy. When I rode with the church route, I remember asking Jim, you know that place? He said, yeah, man, that's a military academy. You ever been there? No. I said, well, I'm going. And ever since then, we've got a great relationship. You don't know anything about the Fort Union Military Academy, but if you remember the Patriots game here recently, number 13 scored the first touchdown for the Patriots. He is an alumni from Fort Union. And they have a lot of alumni that play in NFL. Matter of fact, that's cool. I know, it's terrible. But it's a beautiful place. When we always go out there, the trees like a king. I just went on a ride with Tim Redmond on contact out there. Paid for it. So this palace thing is a go for the Masons. I know that. I briefed the Order of the Eastern Star. How many of you ever heard of those guys? Auxiliary to the Masons ladies group. But I'm a member of that, so a lot of the Masons. And most of everyone up there last night said they're going. Just give them a month and a day. Because this is a fun event. This is not work. This is where we go, we do a tour, and we have a picnic on the grounds. Clean up after yourself, whatever we come.
Just something real quick, to let you Legionnaires know. This gentleman here will not be working for the Legion during the fireworks thing. Turned his back on us, and we'll be working for the Masons.
Nah, I got my orders from Sean. I wear my sonic hat one day and the next day I'm wearing.
Oh, you changed your mind now, that I put it out there. Okay.
He's the boss.
Teresa.
As far as the cleaning goes, did we bring materials to clean with? or-
So we have a bunch of the soaps and everything underneath the sink. I'll bring in some buckets and a bunch of rags, yeah, if you feel like, if you find anything you need. Yes?
A shampooer or a steam cleaner for the carpet, probably could use a good one. A, rent one, or B, do we have folks that got, I'm sorry, man? If not,
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm a carpenter.
I don't have one, but if somebody does have one, can we borrow it?
We have one.
That'd be, can we borrow it?
Oh, Bill had surgery the day before, so I can't.
You can come here all you want, I'll help you.
Okay.
I don't need you.
Robert has one that he says he'll bring in,
We got
so.
one too.
Johnny, that'd be awesome.
I think it needs it.
I agree.
You might have to change the water multiple times.
Oh, yeah.
There's actually blue carpet, really.
Is it?
We had the District 12 meeting, 2 weeks ago. It was just a standard district meeting, not a lot happened. Not a lot of new stuff. We had one of the department vice commanders showed up, the first, membership that was there, the leading
And one of the
candidate
candidates.
for department commander was there as well, and they all introduced themselves, and it was nice. So there was that. We had the department VA conference last weekend in Portsmouth. If you've never done one, I'd never done one before, and this was my first. I learned a lot. It was, I learned a ton. It was a great experience for me. I didn't need to go both days, but it was nice to meet and rub shoulders or rub elbows with a bunch of other legionnaires from around the state of Virginia and get to sit in on the committees and see what happens at a higher level. It's really neat.
Go to national this year.
Maybe. All right, any other good of the Legion?
For the good over?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just want to recap on something I brought up last meeting. And I see all these faces and see what you're doing. But, I was talking about the DAV vans.
Yep.
And I sent something to the DSO over,
We got it.
okay, I don't know if it channeled up, but, I started looking at the thing a little bit too hard on logistics, and I was told to back off, but I got a valid, QRC code or web link for sign up. And it's very important that, if somebody does sign up, there was a briefing over at the, DAV, the DFW Lodge. And the guy came in and he handed out the QRC code and stuff, so I couldn't, send this to you. I don't have a way to scan it or anything, so.
We have a copy machine right here.
All right, so that's why I brought all that business, so.
Perfect.
Now, not like VA would screw with anybody and like tell me to go to Long Island to get a physical for 5 years until, I went to VFW, so what's up with that? So again, 3 days after that event, I was told, report to Richmond. And, like what she was saying about, VA going after percentiles and stuff, that's, a little bit different there too. Now, VA apparently has a cap on 50 volunteers, and the web link is to the VA hospital down in Richmond. So if they've already got 50 people, they're not going to look at the in basket. But I have a phone number. I don't know if he's a GSO or national, whatever, but he's down in chapter 50. And if he knows that we've got someone's volunteered for a driver, then we need to get the name to him. So you can go knock on the door and tell him, hey, you got a driver on the in basket, let him out. And this support, we rate 2 vans up here. There are 7 vans down in Richmond. VA's joyriding them. I found out about this again last October, if not even earlier, last year, listening to the meetings. And I'm like, why are these vans sitting down there? Well, we have to have a volunteer driver just to get started up here. So, if we get more people involved, and I bring this up like with the VFW, and there's 2 other meetings, one a Friday meeting at the VFW, another one over at the VA clinic on Tuesday. So maybe I just didn't express this enough, but I just heard something going on here about, hey, you got church and all that stuff. I got 2 neighbors, so I just don't want to hand this out. And my neighbors look like, oh yeah, I know a couple of people that might be interested in it too. So, this is, good for the community, and it's important. We're about ready to go through these elections at the DAV. Doesn't look very good. And DAV Chapter 7, after I listened to something, again, they're handling 2/3 of the state. So if they dissolve on this election, they're just like, hey, we paid for those vans, and we need them up here at the clinic. So for whoever's using the clinic. Now, how far will those drive? No, that's all logistics. They're just worried about the first part of the 5-paragraph order. All know military stuff. Who's gonna drive? Who's a volunteer? That's all the VA's worried about. A lot of it's gonna have to come from the motor pool of the rest of part of the logistics of what happens to the driver training and all that. So I was told they back off and that just get the volunteers. So, I don't know if that's your game of, hey, we get the vans down here for free, and nobody's asking, or nobody knows how to volunteer properly and get it.
Perfect. Yeah, we'll get those put up. They're on the post.
So
the information's there.
Yeah. Y'all got my email now, I think. So if there is a volunteer, and I can give you the guy from DAV 50, Chapter 50, his email and phone number, but I'll continue to help. Hey, someone needs to go look at the VA in Bass and get these drivers.
Cool, thank you.
Yeah.
With that, the floor recognizes the engineer presenting the story of a comrade identified. Do we have one?
Oh, that's what we're calling it, okay.
You mind if I
Oh,
call it
yeah,
that?
call it that. First, some folks wanted like a spoiler alert. I'm going to dive into that. U.S. For military history. On this day, in 1776, 230, any Marines in here? Okay, you're gonna love this. 236 Marines under the command of Captain Samuel Nichols and 8 ships appeared off of New Providence, Nassau, the Bahamas, and made the first amphibious assault landing by the United States Marines to seize gunpowder that was desperately needed for the Revolutionary War. They captured the town, held it for 2 weeks before evacuating all the gunpowder, and engaged with the HMS Glasgow, which was the first naval battle of the United States Navy. Kind of came to a draw, but that's a little bit of history on this day, 250 years ago. Now, on more solemn, first I take a moment, short pause and remembrance for the 6 soldiers that were killed in Kuwait this weekend. Just remember for their families, they'll never be forgotten in our hearts. Also, Frank A. Johnstone was 20-year-old from Beaumont, Texas. He was a second lieutenant navigator on B-24s flying out of Italy on the 721st Bomb Squadron, 450th Bomb Group, on a mission on February 25th, 1945, mission to Linz, Austria. His plane was hit and went down in flames. 9 of the 12 people bailed out. He was one of the ones that wasn't. Fortunately, he went missing, and his body has been identified. And 81 years and 1 day to the date, he was returned to Beaumont, Texas, for burial in his own cemetery. Once again, you will never be forgotten. We will never forget you, and we'll always look for you. So, thank you.
Thank you.
There's no further business. Chaplain, will you lead us?
Lord, I'm walking a path I didn't choose. When dreams shift to unexpected ways, when life feels too narrow, too hard, I pray for peaceful spirit. Help me accept my life, not as a resignation, but because I trust you, because I believe you're shaping something beautiful I can't see yet. May I always remember that you surrender to the limits of human flesh and work the wonders of our rescue within those boundaries. Father, anchor me for my presence so I might flourish, not in spirit limit, but through them. Amen.
Till we meet again, let us remember that our obligation to our country can be fulfilled only by the faithful performance of all duties of citizenship. Let service to the community, state, and nation be ever watchful of the honor of our country, our organization, and ourselves, that nothing shall swerve us from the path of justice, freedom, and democracy. Cover. Face the flag. Hand salute. 2. I now declare this meeting of Bass, Bowen, Brittenham, Bundy, Franklin, Knox, Post 55 of the American Legion, Department of Virginia, adjourned.